What is up, legends? We are back, and we're back in Tower of God. So, I'm looking around, and there's something that I was going through that I saw other people were going through, and I figured that this game doesn't have a lot of people covering it and actually helping and doing things to what the heck? And helping get by things. So there is a wall. And I want to explain how to get beyond that wall and what this game actually does, because I don't think a lot of people are used to playing idle games. And I say this, but it goes over people's head. So I'm going to say it again. Idle games, the most important thing in idle games is not the characters. It's power. And the way that the system works in idle games is actually the same thing that works in all gacha games. So you can kind of use the same aspect in all gacha games as power. If you're within a certain power, the game is going to either do one or two things. It's going to say, hey, you've been playing the game and your coefficient power is where it needs to be right here. We're going to make it easier on you. Or you've been being a tryhard basically and figured out a way to do it, or have a really good team comp or meta comp or something like that, and you got to a point now where you're underpowered with a game to say, hey, you ain't supposed to be doing all this. We're going to be harder on you right now. That's what gacha games do. They all do it, regardless of whether anybody wants to agree with it or not, or understand what's happening. And I'm literally telling you from a technical standpoint with what makes these games. That's in every single gacha game, every single one. You can be stubborn if you don't want to listen. Now, I really don't care. At the end of the day, it's still not, like, it's still going to be that particular thing. So, with this game, it does that. Now, the problem with this game is that this game does not actually show you the power of the stages. So, when you go into things like this, you don't get to see what the power of the stage is. Like, it doesn't tell you. Like, if you go and click on it, it doesn't say, hey, this power is this power is that, or anything else with this. It doesn't even give you a warning to say that you're underpowered. So that's where people kind of get a little bit stuck. So they don't really know where they need to be at and how they need to actually do things. Now, where that becomes ahead is stage 35. Now, stage 35 is the first time that when you finally get to this stage, I see a lot of people say, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with stage 30? Why is this a quest? In fact, they tried to nerf it a little bit and give steps before, which I told you guys about last video. They give you steps before to kind of soften the blow. The blow is that if you are good enough to play an idle game and get to this point right now, you probably need to be at 150k power. That's probably what this stage actually is. And that's a big jump, because you can go all the way from stage 20 all the way up to 35, which is what most people did. And then you just hit this and you're just like, what the hell happened? That's what happened. You need to be at 150. Now, when I first originally got to stage 35, I was like 120 power or something like that. And I ended up stuck at 35 for a long time until I got to 150. And then all of a sudden, I went, after I beat 35, it's like he just keeled over and died. Nothing really changed, to be honest with you, except I hit that particular power. He fainted, basically. And I was like, well, what the hell? When before I was fighting him, he would just curb stomp everybody. Now the next one is at 40, where it starts to go up. So I hope you kind of like understand. You see this prevalent in Decay. If you guys ever played Decay, you see the way the power is, and then all of a sudden, like you'll be like near the power, say like 120k power, and then all of a sudden you get to a boss, it's like 160. How the hell did we go to 160? That's literally what happened with this right now. It's just that they don't show it. So now that you know that, the next thing you need to worry about is how do you get to that point and deal with the power spikes, because they're here. Made the wrong button. The power spikes are here, and the next thing is to deal with what happens once you get to +9 and +14. Now, +9 what happens at +9 is that's when you change over to advanced currency. Now, what I mean by that is when you have these, you're using basic from +0 to +9. +9 is the lowest possible rate at that point. So in order to help yourself, you need to do something that is similar to Lost Ark, which is what I showed you guys originally, but I'm going to say it again because I see a lot of people say that they're out of money and this, that, and the third, and that, like, how the hell am I supposed to get more resources to actually do this, which I'm going to explain that in a second as well. What it would behoove you to actually do, we're going to use a big word, is to rotate, to keep going around and keep that percentage down until you are forced to be stuck at that next tier. So you see, like, I'm at 16 right now. Don't do the 16. Go back to the 15 down here right there and go around. Remember, you want battle power. Battle power is the most important thing right now. You don't get into the ego, or I gotta get +20 on this. Don't do that. Like, that's not going to end well for you. For one, you're going to be broke because you're forcing yourself into RNG even more, and that doesn't really help. At the end of the day, what you need is the power. So, being that I'm on 16, we're going to go 15, and then if this one turns to 16, then we're going to go down there, and we're going to keep rotating between these two until they get 16, and then you take it back up to again at the top, and so on and so forth. That will save you money. That make you have to force it. So, like, you're gonna have to deal with the RNG sooner or later, but over the course of time, and like it was shown in the Lost Ark, it saves you money over the course of time when you don't force yourself into the RNG like that. You just keep it even across the board. It looks like it's just, you're still doing the same thing anyway, but you're not, because what happens is like, let's say now I want to get to 16. And it fails. I want to get to the 16. It fails. I want to get to the 16. It fails. Now, I did 3 times, and that's more gold now than the 84K down here. Also, it's a lesser percentage. I got 26% right here, 26% right here. I have a 3% more chance to actually get it to work on these other 3 items right here. So there's no point in me forcing it into the 16 until I actually have to do it when they're all at 16. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the law of averages tell you to go with the higher average until you can't anymore. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to listen, but it does work at Lost Ark. I got to say that that's how I got my character as strong as I did in Lost Ark. Multiple characters, like the law of averages actually does work. So, I mean, it's math. Like you can't argue with math. Math is always absolute, no matter what. You can get mad and have an attitude at math, but math is always just the absolute thing. I'm trying to understand how Endorsi got to 33K. What? Anyway, oh, I know why. It's her. Yeah, I know why. It's because of the fate. The fate made her that high. I was like, what? I don't even use you. How do you get upgraded that far? But anyway. Now we talked about that. Make sure that you actually are paying attention to that. So now that you know that, for a couple of reasons, you're going to need resources. You're going to need resources for this. And you're going to need resources when it comes to the Super Evolution Road and doing God's inventory, because what you're going to have to do is actually get the 6 to actually finish that tier of God's inventory. And then you of course need resources, because you actually have to upgrade a piece of gear to +10 just to get it to +3 to defeat it. We ain't gonna talk about this stuff down here because that's just stupid. But to actually do this, you're gonna need to get this to +3, which means this needs to be +10. You see, this is 7 now, and I don't have anything left. I literally don't have any resources left. I can't upgrade this anymore. I'll show you. Need to get a 10, And you see, I have no resources. So you're gonna be like, damn, this game suck. I ain't got no resources. Pause. Pause for a second. Head over to challenge. This is where you start direct grinding. And what I mean by direct grinding is if you look at the repeat rewards, you're not looking at the gate trial rewards, the repeat rewards, you're gonna see that on 25, which is what I was grinding until I ran out of keys. I'm about to get another key in about 4 minutes. You get the currency that I need. So for the most part, when you're just sitting here letting the AFK thing go, you get like 10 keys, like when you come back like every 8 hours or something like that. Being that I need to do that, I'll just head over here and farm this because this is gonna be the resources that I need for that to basically push myself so I can get the hell out of that stage with the with Bam's quest, and I need it for my actual gear. Now you can do that with a bunch of things right here. You have your books right here if you need the farm for books. You also have the hairpin for your stuff, gloves and everything else like that. Awakening items, and what you can also do is you can set the game to automatically disenchant everything, so you don't need to actually look at it. If you want to go for all the books, you can have a stage to go for all the books right there. And another thing that is good is once you get to the blue tier, you can actually start disenchanting all the blue gear automatically, which will give you stuff that you can actually awaken and transcend your character's gear. And you see all the books and everything else like this, and it pretty much does that all the way up. And it even has the thing that you need to actually level up your ignition as well, which is actually useful. And you see as we go higher, like I can't do any of these. Yes, game, I know I can't do any of those. But you see, it just goes up the same way. Let's see, you go all the way up to 100. Go higher than that, dog. And see, this is where they start getting the purple gear right here. The good stuff. And it starts dropping more of the direct item, I notice, when it gets higher as well. So that helps out with that. Another thing that you can do to actually supplement, because you're gonna start getting a little bit stretched on gear, is you head into your exchange and you're gonna notice, all right, I think it's Ranker coin. I think it's Ranker coin. Or is it not Ranker coin? Is it family? Well, it's not family. 1 second. Mees will find it. Actually, no. It's not any of this. This is Summer Shop. All right. So if you notice right here, now it's up to you how you want to spend stuff in this store. Now you see, I've done 4 of them already right now. And gold is actually your most precious resource in here. It's not really summons, because you actually can't do a lot of stuff if you don't have gold. You need to upgrade, you need stuff for pocket, you need stuff for your ignition, you need stuff for your skills. All of that takes gold. So you have a bunch of other stuff in here, and you can actually, for the week and everything else like this, you can go after your summon ticket and knock all that out. And once you've done that, I ignore the hell out of this epic. I don't think this is worth it at all, to be honest with you, because epic characters drop a lot. Like, they drop a lot. So I think this is too much for this ticket. I don't care if it's select. I still think that's too much. It should be like maybe 300 or something like that, but not 500. But anyway, you have a bunch of stuff in here that is actually useful, including the epic weapon piece, which you can use. You can snatch this up at 2,000 once you get to 2,000 and make an epic weapon. Before you actually even get to a stage to actually be able to make an epic weapon, you can make that epic weapon. And you have all of these resources right here, which I also feel are expensive as well, which these 500, 250, and 1,000, all of that's expensive. This right here is like kind of like indispensable, because it allows you to simply be able to play and progress. It's up to you if you want to do that, if you don't feel that. But me actually being able to actually play and be able to do something like and progress my power is very useful to me. That's just a me thing. All right, so let's back out. No, I need a ice pot. All right. So I think that's about all we got. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not all we got. Another thing that actually helped with your money, max your friends list. Max your friends list. Like I know it sucks. People don't want to talk to people in games and stuff like this, but make some friends. Make some friends and make some active friends that is going to send you stuff. Because you get that, and then when you can send all your stuff, you get gold for sending all that stuff. You have reached the maximum number of gifts that you can send per day. And I haven't received everything so far. This person right here ain't been here for 2 days, so delete. And this person hasn't been here for a day. I'm gonna give him a shot. You get a shot. But you want active people playing because so you can get gifts that'll help out with actually giving character stats in your fate, and so you can send them stuff so you can get extra gold that way. That's very important to get extra gold that way and get gifts because that helps all the way around. Also, one other thing, always give this a shot even if you can't make it through right now, because you even all you really gotta do is just go in there and just die, which is gonna happen. You're just gonna go and you are gonna die because this is just so overtuned that is crazy. But you still get credit for going in, and it's a quest every day. It's like, no, it's just stuff that you can actually do. I see people say they just ignore it, but there's no reason to ignore it. Just go in there and just do it and die, and then go about your business until we're strong enough to actually do it. Now we're officially done. Now for the last thing I will say, let the game be an idle game. This is an idle game. This is not a game like Epic 7 where you're gonna push and everything else like that. Now, you can treat it that way, but this game is not built for that. This game is built for you to simply let it play itself doing this, and you come back later, get resources, and continue to play that way. It's meant to be played in bite-sized portions, but I see a lot of people are trying to play this like it's something like Epic 7 or Exo Heroes and stuff like that. Like, you can't play this game like that. You have to actually let it be an idle. Because what ends up happening is like, you notice in the story, you end up behind in the story level-wise, and the reason why you're behind is because you're playing it straight through, which is what happens to me. Like, I'm behind by 9 levels because I'm not idling. Like, I just pushed it. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna let the idle do its thing. Like, every 6 to 7 hours, you're gonna get a level. Basically, you just let it do that. You let it get the resources that it needs. If you just let the game be a game, you'll be fine. You also notice that you got 960 minutes to come back. So you notice that it's 60 minutes in an hour. 600 minutes is 10 hours. So that basically means that you basically have about 16 hours to come back before this is full. That's it. Is that good, man? Yeah, 16 hours to come back before the church is full. Like, bro, nobody sleeps 16 hours. So you can go to bed and then wake up and then, you know, like maybe 8-9 hours, you get some sleep. You get 8-9 hours of farm or something like that. Keep that in mind. So let's see if we can get a summon. I do have enough. Because we are trying to get Yon. Because we have her ignite. All right, Bam. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta get stepped on, sir. Nope. Yo, a lighthouse. They just pop out like they actually doing something and they ain't doing nothing. All right, so 54 now. I lost the 50-50. Well, it was the weapon. Like, is that counted as losing? I'm still not sure of that, but anyway, we didn't get it. So I hope this helps and, you know, it gets you guys in a good spot, especially when it comes to actually being able to progress and deal with things. Get you some gold, get you some items. I'm just gonna let the game play itself right now. I'm not even gonna force anything else. I'll eventually get Yuriha's weapon and be good to go as well. Like, I'm not gonna force that. I'm not gonna use any currency to actually do that. I'm just gonna let the idol do it. Like, we're almost halfway there. Basically, probably by tomorrow, from just idling is gonna be fine. And then actually I'm gonna be going, like, you know, doing the idol, then you're gonna get more keys, and I'm gonna go back in the farm again. You know, it's fine. I'll probably have the weapon tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Peace and have a good one. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.